Hi, welcome to OpenRose, a free and open source requirements management tool. Get it from github.com/openrose. So today we are going to talk about upgrading a standalone installation to the very latest version of OpenRose. Let me start by showing you that I'm currently connected to my local host, which is a local installation of OpenRose. It is a standalone installation of OpenRose. And if I go to the settings, then we can see that the version I'm on is 0.2069. When I go to the release notes page of OpenRose, which is available on github.com/openrose/openrose/releases, that's where you can see all the latest information about the releases. Now here, the previous version is -69 and the latest version is -120. So we are going to now upgrade from -69 to -120. And one of the main feature which is implemented in this latest version is the go-to navigation links. First thing first, I would recommend to take a backup of your database in case if you are having any data in your local installation. To take the backup of the database, simply go to your SQL Server, find your local instance or find your SQL Server instance where your OpenRose database is available. Right click on the database, go over to the task and click on Backup. This is where you will see the option to take the full backup, put it to a disk, whether it's C drive, D drive, or any other map drive, and then change the location to exact location where you want the backup to be taken. Follow any online instruction about how to take the backup of your SQL Server database. So that's the first thing, that you should take the backup. The second thing is, in the installation folder, if you are using app settings.json file, then you should take backup of the same. So let me go to my OpenRose installation. It's in C drive OpenRose, and this is where there are two folders available. API is basically the backend which communicates with the database and does the server-side processing of the data. It also has its own app settings.json file. Now, I'm not using this app settings.json. I'm using everything from environment variable, which I'll show you in a minute. So I don't need to take backup of these JSON files. In the same way, you also have the web API, which also has app settings.json file. If you have modified any settings in the app settings.json file, then the default version that is available in the product, then only you should take the backup of this and keep it safe. Because I don't use app settings.json, I'm now going to simply go and stop my server first. So let's stop the web UI, and then let's also stop the API. Then in the releases, let me go and download the latest version. I'm on x64 version, so I'll just simply go get the API and also the web UI. Now that I have downloaded the necessary zip files, I'll just go ahead and delete these two folders. I can safely delete them because I don't need app settings.json file. Let me also show you that in my environment variable. So this is my environment variable window. Actually, let me show you the full URL here. So I have this connection string, which is what I'm using in my system environment variable, which points to my database on the local computer, which is Bagheera. And this will overwrite app settings.json file. That's why I need not take the backup of the app settings.json file. So let me close the environment settings. Now let's go to the download location. Okay, so this is where both the zip files are downloaded. So let me go ahead and take both of them from here. So I'm just going to cut them from here and go back to the OpenRose folder on my C drive. This is where I'm going to paste them. Both the zip files are now available here. So first the API, you can use any order as you like. So I'm just going to say extract everything here in this folder. Once the API is extracted for version 120, I don't need the zip file, so I can simply delete that out and permanently delete that folder as I don't need it anymore, and then extract again the web UI, the second file, and then I don't need this anymore. After both these zip files are extracted in your target installation folder, simply go into the web UI, and this is where you have start openrose.bat. This is a simple batch file which you could use to start both API and the web UI. I'm just going to say run this, installables or exe files and batch files. You may see something like this to allow access to network. So do you want to allow public or private network access? You can just simply say cancel. I don't want to do that because everything is running locally here. And the same thing will pop up for both the application. As you can see, we have the API running and we have the web UI running. That means if I go back to our instance here, which is localhost 7673, and in the settings area, you can see now I'm being upgraded to version 120, and the main feature that I was interested in is this go to feature, which is part of version 120, which is now available here in the view. So we have successfully upgraded. We can see all of our projects. We can zoom into charity fundraising project. We can see all the data. We should also be able to see if there are any baselines and go to the baseline view. So we have successfully upgraded from the previous version of .69 to version 120 in a standalone instance of OpenRose. Thank you so much for your time.